step.
Well, you can add the way Utah's bench has played as well. They've been terrific.
Oh, they beat the buzzer! Luka, step back! Jack.
My money is on Luka every time. He's a money player.
Creeping down towards a minute to play in the first quarter. Luka with a step back from the baseline. What?
What's going on, Hoodie fam? And welcome to what at this point I think is technically my first recorded video of 2024. I could be wrong. I could be very, very wrong. Don't quote me on that statement because I 100% could be very, very wrong. But don't even worry about that. Don't even worry about that. Today I'm here to show you guys one of the 3 final builds that I have to make on 2K24. Now, one of the goals that I tend to strive for when it comes to 2K is I genuinely mean it, like I really like to have a build for every single position, right? But I don't necessarily get a lot of fun from making the exact same build at every single position, if that makes any sense, because a lot of people, if you're not making something like a lock or like a popper or like just a regular type of center that you typically see in 2K nowadays, then odds are you're probably a small forward or you're probably a point guard that can do a whole bunch of everything, because that's really how most builds when it comes to ball handling are concerned as far as this game is concerned. Now, for my shooting guard build, since obviously you guys have already seen my point guard build is a John Wall build, and then my small forward build is Scottie Barnes build. The Scottie Barnes build gameplay should be coming, next week or the week after that, because the Scottie Barnes build's almost done. John Wall still has some work to be done, and this build that I'm about to show you guys is probably going to get done before the John Wall build, just because I like the fun aspect of this build a lot more. Now, I was teetering between whether this was more of a old Kobe build or if this was more reminiscent to, like a what if Dirk Nowitzki was a guard build. But then when I took a second and I really just thought to myself what the build can do, like you guys probably already saw it from the clip that I put at the beginning of the video, or the player, or even by the title of the video, thumbnail, all that shit. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But when I really just sit and think about it, this is just Luka. It's Luka minus the ability to be able to dunk. It's that simple. So what we're doing, man, we're going shooting guard, obviously. You're going 6'7", which is Luka's actual height. You're going 6'33", which is not Luka's actual weight. It's only 3 pounds off, but it is what it is. And you're going 6'11" as far as the wingspan. You'll see why every single thing is done the way that it's done. 6'11" is also not Luka's actual wingspan, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm going to start first down at the physicals, because physicals is usually the least important of all of the, attributes that we could, divvy up or be entertained with. So stadium, goddamn, bro. Shit, man, I meant stamina. I don't know if I mentioned this. I'm sick right now. I don't know what's up with me and these sicknesses, bro. Sicknesses are literally kicking my ass, but I'm gonna just go with this 93 stamina. I've never really understood why people max their stamina out to 99. I really feel like that is a waste of points. But I mean, if you are one of those dribble heads, or you feel like 99 needs to be where your stamina's at, then I won't fault you if you make some type of tweaks or any type of changes to this build. Do what you need to do to make sure that any build, and I mean any build, that you ever see on YouTube fits exactly what you want to do. Straight like that. What you want to do. Not what the people say, but what you want to do. Now, one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to make this build like this is because I wanted to give this build a 96 strength, so I could have Hall of Fame Bulldozer and Hall of Fame Immovable Enforcer. Hall of Fame Immovable Enforcer, or not even just Hall of Fame. Immovable Enforcer as a whole, I don't even know what badge this would qualify as far as how good it is on defense. Because of my Scottie Barnes build, Immovable Enforcer is so good on just silver. I could only imagine how good it would be on a build with literally Hall of Fame. And then Bulldozer, on the other hand, Bulldozer makes a lot of plays, and if you've seen, some of the bump animations that you can really get if you know how to do them, Bulldozer is a very big difference maker. We're gonna come back and touch vertical. You're gonna see why this build is a little bit different than most builds are traditionally in this game. As far as acceleration, I'm only going to send my acceleration up to a 76. We don't want to jump the gun because obviously we don't get too much even if we go over what we are, you know, basically allocated. So there's no point in really trying to make the build faster than what it could potentially be. And then as far as speed, max you could go 85, but I'm honestly just going to go 81 because going 85, you know, fucks up some of the stats that we could have in other categories, because I do still want to make it so that this build can be used in not necessarily competitive sense, but an extremely fun sense, while also, you know, not being absolutely horrible, because having absolutely horrible builds sometimes is the worst possible way to go out as far as the game. And vertical, y'all see that it's only a 51, it's staying at a 51. So I'm not gonna lie to you, bro, if you're a dunker, I'm sorry. I'm gonna just say that right now. I'm gonna let y'all know those statements right now. If you are a dunker, I'm sorry, this build is not a dunker. That is the one aspect that we do not touch. As far as Luka is truthfully concerned, this build is not, and I mean is not, going to be able to dunk that much. Maybe a little bit, but not too much. So interior defense, send that straight up to a 62. Nothing special, nothing important. The defense is what makes this build a lot more interesting than you would really think a build that doesn't have the ability to dunk would be. So as far as both your steal and your perimeter defense, you're going to send those up to an 85. And then block, you're going to send that to a 77. And then as far as our reboundings, I have yet to make a build this year that has solid rebounding. So I'm going only 26 offensive and then 40 defensive. Once again, another piece of Luka that's not necessarily very accurate, but when it comes to players like Luka, like Giannis, like LeBron, like Jokic, I've said this for years on end. I know all of my build videos aren't still on the channel, but I've said it for years on end. It's really hard, and I mean, like, it's really hard to perfectly recreate those guys. So sometimes you just have to work with what you got. So as far as every single attribute as far as defense is concerned, so we're going with the We're going with this 62 interior, and then the fucking 77 block, just because we want to be able to get anchor. That's really it. Anchor is a really good badge paired with immovable enforcer. It's basically like, I feel like it kind of gives like an intimidator factor. I know they got rid of that badge because that badge was overpowered as fuck, but I feel like anchor mixed with immovable enforcer almost gives an intimidator factor. I haven't really dabbled too much into blocks this game because none of my builds necessarily have that bag on them, you know what I'm saying? But you do get a fair amount, and with just this alone and the fact that you do have a 96 strength, you will be able to get stops on nearly anybody. Now I wish you luck with people 7 foot and above, but anybody below that, and then even those 7-footers sometimes, you will be able to get stops as long as you know what you're doing on defense. Perimeter defense, keeping that 85. I feel like this one, if you are using this build, you should keep this one the same regardless. But if you don't value steal at all, I would personally say you can drop this and use these points elsewhere. Because the only reason why I'm going 85 steal is because I want to get silver glove, I want to get the silver interceptor, and I want to get the silver right stick ripper. As far as perimeter defense though, I'm going like this because defensive badges are essential in this game. It's ridiculous how essential it can be, but defensive badges are simply essential in this game, and you love and also hate to see it, you know what I'm saying? So as far as playmaking is concerned, you're going to see another non-Luka-esque aspect, but like I said, we can't be perfect. I'm sorry if it upsets you. It is what it is. Go cry about it somewhere else, because this is not the place to cry about it. We're going to go 85 ball handling. 85 ball handling is just so my ball handling is no worse than what it is on the Scottie build. And my speed with ball is a little bit faster, so maybe the build will be a bit faster, but I don't expect to see too big of a difference as far as the dribbling is concerned, because a lot of the dribbling in this game, honestly, I feel like is carbon copy, and it bothers me, but at the same time, I mean, 2K24 is not a bad game. That's how I see it. 2K24 is really not a bad game. So whether certain aspects are carbon copy, or you see people who are literally just out here doing the exact same things. For example, you know, Magic Johnson, because Magic Johnson is so fucking strong to the point where even I'm doing Magic Johnson because my dribbling is not where it used to be. Not in the slightest. So even I'm doing Magic Johnson right now. So yeah, pass accuracy, this is what it's going to be. Only a 55. You have to make necessary sacrifices in order to be able to have aspects of other parts of the build be better. So 2 things we're sacrificing on this build: rebounding, vertical, and I guess interior defense, but since we're getting anchor, we're not stressing over it. So pass accuracy is very non-Luka-esque, rebounding very non-Luka-esque. I'm sorry, shoot me later, man. Mid-range, I'm sending that thing straight, and I mean straight up to a 92, just because I want to be able to get some of the better jump shots in the game. If you didn't already know, mid-range gives or takes less points away from you than upgrading your 3-ball would. So we're going higher on the mid-range so that we can get better jump shot releases or jump shot bases, both actually when it comes to the whole jump shot creator as a whole. So, you know, we can get the more meta jump shots in the game, because shooting in this game is very difficult. I'll be one to vouch or commend those people who can shoot and are lights out shooters, bro. I need the help. I need the help. I need the better jump shots in the game, just simply off the fact that I don't necessarily have the time to play 2K the way that I'd probably want to be able to, or the way that some of y'all sweats probably do. Hey, respect to y'all, because I be playing some dudes in this game, I just be sitting there like, God damn, bro, use a demon. Use a demon. I need one of you on my team. It's that simple. And then as far as free throw, I'm only going to go with 81. Free throw doesn't necessarily matter too much. And 3-ball, we're going 85. Obviously, y'all know why we're going 85. We want limitless range. I don't think it affects it. It doesn't affect agent 3s, but we want limitless range because, you know, being able to take them limitless shots, you know what I'm saying? That's where it's at. Okay, see, now here is the bigger difference of this build compared to some other builds, especially guard builds. Post control, I'm going to send that thing straight up to a 92. If y'all haven't seen, Luka and his big body, man, when it comes to the actual NBA, bro works the post like some of the best. I don't know what it is with Luka, what's wrong with him, what they fed that man in Lithuania. But Luka is just him with the ball in his hands, regardless of what he's doing. And I mean regardless of what he's doing. So with post control being upgraded, I think y'all kind of already had an idea where this was going. Driving layup is going to be an 88. I want this man to be the fillet magnet. Absolute layups. I intend on abusing, and I mean abusing what you can do with Pro Touch. I intend on abusing what you can do with Scooper. I intend on abusing what you can do with Float Game. Need I say more? Need I say more? Honestly, I want to be able to use this build almost as... Oops. But honestly, I want to be able to use this build as almost like a micro guard post scorer, essentially, because in older 2Ks, I never got to do, like, you know, the post hook cheese and shit like that, but going into the post and working the drop steps, working the, you know, the post spins, working the post fades, I find that stuff enjoyable sometimes. As long as you're not spamming a broken mechanic, I find it enjoyable. And then to be able to have some really nice, and I mean some really nice layup animations in this game, I want to be able to play like this, at least on one of my builds. And then lastly, standing dunk, you're going to send that up to a 65. That's why I said the build might be able to dunk a little bit, but you have to go standing dunk 65, because if you try to go driving dunk 65, it's going to upgrade vertical, and then you're not going to end up with as much points. So at least go standing dunk 65, so maybe you get a standing dunk every here and there. That's not the focus of this build. Not the focus of this build at all. This build is meant to be Luka without the ability to dunk, without the ability to, you know, like perfectly pass, and then without the ability to rebound. I feel like this is a pretty damn accurate build as far as our guy is concerned. Now, you know you're not going to get shades of Luka, because I don't even know what you would do or how you would get shades of Luka. Even getting shades of Anthony Edwards is crazy, bro. But the build name, 3-level threat, I really do, like, genuinely hate the build names when it comes to this game. I don't know why they haven't found a way to incorporate more fun build names. Like, 2K, I don't really expect a lot from y'all sometimes, but, like, at least give us new build names, bro. Why have I never come into this? Why have I never come into this? Hold on. Let me see if we can pose Boba on that real quick. Hold on. Pose jump. Spiggy! Oh my god. See, now I know it's not gonna be that easy. I 100% know it's not gonna be that easy when you start playing against other people, but hey man, I want to be able to have a build where I can really just go in and work the post. Like, can we get another one? I'm pretty sure this doesn't have magic, right? Yeah, no magic. That's not that quick though. Hold on. Hold on. Give me one. That's an ugly ass layup. That's an ugly ass layup. But yeah, like I was saying, you're going to be getting Scottie Barnes' build next week. Well, not his build, but the gameplay on Scottie next week. I think I'm going to look into figuring out how exactly I want to make my center and my fours sooner than later, so I can just start working and getting everybody out the way. Because my four, if y'all want a little spoiler or a sneak peek into it, it's going to be some type of stretch, but I don't want it to necessarily be like a popper that, you know, can do a bit of everything, because I kind of want the 4 and the 2 to be a bit more fun than, you know, my 5, my 1, and my 3. And then the 5 is probably just going to be, you know, like a more or less meta center, I guess you would call it, because, you know, sometimes with that position, you kind of really just got to take what's given to you, because the center is a really rough position sometimes. It's a really, really fucking rough position. But, hey man, your boy Hoodie out. The Luka build will definitely be one of the builds I work on the most. If not, in all honesty, my main build once I completely finish the Scottie Barnes build. So, your boy Hoodie out. Peace. Welcome to 2024. I hope y'all enjoyed, man. Let's continue keeping this year fucking going.
Nah.